feels weird not being there.
You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors, live from the thunderstruck Florida Keys. That right there is my partner, Coach. He's the crime, Mike the man himself.
Good evening, Rodney.
Michael Coy, how are you, brother?
A little bizarre here.
It is. A little working to get used to, man. How are you, my man?
I'm good. Long time no see.
I do not have to tell you what I've done this weekend because I believe I'm still doing it. I'm just saying.
Oh, my gosh.
Tonight, live, we got with us Nick Huckabee, partner. He's kind of my troublemaking partner. We have got into some absolute trouble this weekend. Mike, I'm going to start off by saying, how was your weekend, brother?
I don't even remember. I don't even know what day this is. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I lived vicariously through you on Facebook, and I know you've been fighting the rain, but it looked like you guys have been making the best of it and having a good time.
I'll tell you what, we said it in the beginning. Once we saw the storms, everybody asked me, hey, are you still going down in the storms? And I'm like, look, the vacation is paid for. I got two options. I could be in a storm in Orlando or I could be in a storm in the Keys.
Sure.
So guess what the best option is?
In the Keys, right, baby?
Keys hands
baby.
down.
Keys, hands down. Nick and I drove down over the weekend. We drove down Friday night. And we've just been enjoying the moment. As a matter of fact, we were just talking that, my gosh, it seems like, we're going, it's only Tuesday, and it feels like we've been here a month.
We've been here already a month, yeah. So I'm like, wow.
We have certainly made the most of every moment.
Well, where do we start? I mean, we can't dodge around the fact that you're in the Keys. Let's talk about it. You got down there, and how'd this thing go?
Well, let's just get to the meat and potatoes. I'll tell you what, Mike. Obviously, everybody knows there's a storm down here. A few people have bailed out on us. Mm-hmm. Nick and I got the condo and said, hey, we're going to the Keys. Once we saw the storms were coming, some people bailed out on us. But it has not turned away from the fun. Obviously, we're down here with Russ Rollins from 104.1 and his beautiful girlfriend, Wendy. So we have literally absolutely made the best time of it. I'm with my sister and her Tommy. My sister and her Tommy.
Everybody's got a Tommy.
My sister Susan, hers with Tommy, and obviously Nick's down here. And we arrived Friday night. Nick and I did. We drove down all night, mm-hmm. and we kind of searched every key, through the night to see if we could find some what we call night lobsters. We did not have any success with that, but one of the coolest things Nick said was we're stopped at I think it was Duck Key.
Duck Key, yeah.
And we looked at one side, and we walked across the street to the other side of the island, which was literally less than 100 feet, I believe.
Somewhere on there.
So yeah. Nick looks at me very seriously, and says,
Rodney? Hey, Rodney?
Yeah?
Hang on a second, because you're never here, and when you're not here, we got a phone call. I don't know whether to answer this or not.
I see it come in, so let's take a shot at it.
You're on the air.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Rodney.
Well, this is going to be interesting because Rodney's in the Keys. This is his answering service.
Oh, because I'm in the Keys too. I was actually with Rodney this afternoon when he caught a nurse shark.
Oh, really?
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
So who we got there, Mike?
Who are we speaking to?
My name's George. I'm in the same building Rodney's in right now.
I'm talking to George, Rodney.
George, how are you, buddy?
And tell him I'm the guy that had a hold of the tail of the shark.
Oh, he had a hold of the tail of the shark.
Oh, right on.
Well, George,
Oh, goodness.
here's the deal, George, because this is our first time trying this way, so I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right hearing him, Rodney? Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear him.
So,
Yeah.
So, George, tell us your side of this shark story. We haven't even got there yet. Let's jump right into it and talk about the shark. George,
Yeah, man, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Tell us what happened with the shark.
Well, it was pretty cool. We were sitting there watching, and they were casting out. The wind was pretty bad, and he got a little bit of advice from our friend Larry, and he put it out there. And first of all, his buddy snailed one, and it broke it off. And all of a sudden, Rodney goes, "I got one." And he cranked and cranked and cranked, and we said, "It's going up to the 7 Mile Bridge." And Rodney says, "I'm bringing it in."
So,
Absolutely.
so how long did this thing take to reel in?
It was a few minutes. It was a few minutes. I mean, he did a great job with it. He had great technique, and finally we got it close enough. And somebody says, "I don't have a net. I don't have a gaff." And we said, "Well, we're going to get it anyway." And they tied a rope to the tail of the shark, and we hauled him up on the dock.
Rodney and Nick just gave a fist bump on that one, George.
So it was pretty cool.
So
And I'll post, Mike, I'll post that video. We got some video.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I'll post,
Rodney's
some
going to
video
post the video.
shortly.
You're going to post the video? Yeah.
So everybody got a photo op with the shark?
Oh, everybody got.
We did.
We had people taking pictures from the balcony. People were coming in from out, coming out from inside,
That's great.
and yeah,
Well, that's
So-
fantastic.
so it was pretty cool. So he's gonna post the video.
Yeah, he's going to post the video. Send it up to me, Rodney. I'll put it right on the website, too.
You got it, brother. We'll put it right. And that's an attest to how our weekend has gone. I mean, honestly.
Well, you guys are making the best out of it.
Thank you so much, George, for calling.
George, thanks for calling, man. I'm going to let you go. We're kind of
Hey,
got a little
it
delay here.
was a blast. It was a blast. Yeah.
Very
Tell
good,
him-
man. We'll see you
Thanks for
online.
letting us be part of it.
Call
All right,
anytime,
thanks.
George.
We're watching.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
That is awesome. Yeah, and honestly, that's an attest to how our weekend's gone.
Really?
I think when Nick and I first arrived, we started looking at the water, and at that time the water was very clear. It was really, and
It was
we
really
started
clear.
seeing amazing, huge, giant parrotfish right here at the dock where we're at.
Because
So,
visibility has been pretty poor most of the week, right, with the water?
Yeah, and it started out at about 3 to 5 feet was
Right.
our visibility right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yesterday was probably our worst. It dropped down to like 12 inches or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, literally, if that at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
So to get into what we were doing, so Nick picks up a 23-foot boat, and the first day Nick and I go offshore trolling, which was about 3 to 5.
Yeah,
The waves were
yeah.
3 to 5 at about 3 seconds, which is pretty rough seas.
Yeah.
We found the weed line. We put on our trolling lines. We had a bite, so to speak, which kind of took our ballyhoo. So it's a little rough. So we decided to come in and see what we could do on the inshore stuff.
Right.
We started dragging I started dragging Nick around, trying to do the lobster, trying to find out where we could locate some lobster. Water at that point, where we were at one of the, about 3 to 5 miles out, was
Yeah.
really clear. Wasn't
Very
it?
clear.
Rough seas, but the water was really clear.
Yeah.
What's the depth out there at 3 to 5 miles at that point?
Where we were was about 15 to 20. wasn't
Okay.
it?
15, 20, I think,
It's pretty amazing being-
about 22 degrees.
Yeah.
22 feet.
Now, the 5 miles out, literally about 10 degrees to the north, we were at 120
Yeah.
feet. So,
Okay.
I mean, here it's all about the angle.
Right.
And any time an out offshore fisherman can fish the Keys, you can literally be we were in 300, we actually fished almost 300 foot of water.
Right.
I think we got 7-8 miles out.
7-8 miles out.
But we went as far as 15 miles. So seas are about the same. It was just a rough, rough thing. We were hoping to get some more fishing in early in the week. It's just been absolutely too rough. I think the most we've endured is probably 5 to 7, maybe 6 to 8 foot waves.
Yeah, that's taking the boat back.
Yeah, we're taking. The problem for us is we can't leave the boat here. So,
okay.
Yeah, we have to drive the boat back 5 miles every day. So, and we're protected here, kind of,
right? You
know, from the wind. But once we hit that open sea,
sure,
we got to go 5 miles. We hit that, you know, that wall of, you know, 5 to 7 or 6 to 8 foot weight.
Exactly.
So you guys are in Marathon right now.
We are in Marathon. Actually, we're right at the start of the 7 Mile Bridge.
Okay.
You can't get any closer.
Okay.
I mean, I can throw a rock and hit the start of the 7 Mile Bridge right here.
Good.
Right.
Maybe we'll do that later.
Throw a rock at it?
Yeah. Well, hey, Rodney, we just jumped right in this thing, but let's start. I mean, I'm going to put some pictures up here because you guys, I see a tongue about as big as a grouper here on Nick.
Okay, so I'll tell you what we did there. We caught a ton of mangrove snapper. Now, mind you, at the dock, everything looks like it's about 5 to 6 foot deep. Mm-hmm. But what we didn't know is there's like a 20 to 25 foot drop off that kind of goes right outside of our dock. So we're filleting mangrove snapper for fish tacos Saturday night.
Yeah.
And as Nick is throwing in these snappers, this giant Goliath, we watched him come up and just suck that fish right off the top of the water.
Yeah.
So we were immediately like this. What?
Really?
Big hook, big
hook, big fish.
So he grabbed it off the top.
Everything big.
So what's that?
He grabbed it off the top.
Oh, grabbed it right off. As soon as it hit, he came up, sucked it right off the surface. So at that point, we had shark, tarpon, and the Goliath just eating everything we were throwing in the water. So we immediately put a bigger hook on our light tackle, which was an extremely bad idea. I mean, he bit that, ran, and broke it off like nothing.
Yeah.
So I went and got our Penn 50s, which are huge offshore trolling reels, and we put a 100-pound leader on it, and then a big hook, and we both threw, our trimmings. Basically, we just hooked our carcasses, our hooks, and tossed them out. The first one hit mine, took my pole, broke my line instantly, and then the second one hit Nikki's. And then next thing you know, we're reeling in a 70-pound Goliath grouper.
Wow.
Which is Nikki's first Goliath. I've yet to catch a Goliath.
Yeah.
That is an interesting, phenomenal, and wonderful looking fish.
That's a gorgeous fish. Yeah.
And it was a fun fight. I tell you, I mean, they have so much power.
Oh.
The average person, can't imagine how much thrust as far as them trying to get away. I had to have Rodney to grab a hold of me at a couple points because it was going to drag me into the water. Yeah. So,
I mean, that thing is bizarre looking. I mean, it's one of the best looking groupers I've ever seen.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The colors on it is
beautiful.
Well, a lot of people don't know that the Goliath grouper is protected in the state of Florida. Mm-hmm. So you can't keep or eat or anything, of that grouper. They're absolutely protected. So you can't, technically, you're not supposed to pull them out of the water, but that one was a 70-pound. We took a couple pictures, released it perfectly fine.
Okay.
So if you want to arrest me, hey, here I am. I'm the guy. Now, once they reach like 100 pounds plus, you want to try to keep them in the water at all cases possible.
Sure.
Anything smaller. It's like the tarpon. Anything under 40 inches, you can pull out of the water and snap a picture. Anything over that, it's really not safe.
The grouper looks fine. He's smiling about as big as Nick is, so he's happy.
Exactly. He was as happy to get caught by Rodney Rogers as Nick as anybody. So that was a phenomenal day. We didn't expect that, and that's what and that's what I tell everybody is sometimes you have to be ready for the unexpected.
Sure.
And this was that case. We're throwing in the fillets, the skins right off the cutting board off the dock. And there was tarpon there. Nick actually hooked into a tarpon.
Hooked in a couple tarpon.
He got a couple jumps out of the tarpon. So you just kind of got to be ready for whatever comes at you, especially in the Keys.
Yeah.
because you never know what's coming at you in the Keys. I mean, we've caught mangrove snapper. We've caught like 2 or 3 different species of snapper right off the dock.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's imperative to be ready with that gear when it happens.
Well, before we get on to the lobsters, there's another photo of a crab, or what is this photograph?
Yeah, that's actually called a land crab that's down here in the Keys. They're pretty predominant, most in the Keys. They're native to the Keys, so it was just while we were looking around early in the mornings. I mean, this land crab was absolutely huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of in the same family as your fiddler crab, but 100 times larger.
Exactly.
So about the size of a softball kind of thing?
Exactly, about the size of a softball. Can you eat them? I think some people do. I'm not sure if there's a lemon or protected or if you can eat them. Actually, I'm not. Do you know anything
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of them here.
Oh yeah, these things are everywhere. And certain times of the year, they're in their spawning phase, and then they're all over the place. Yeah. So that's actually called a land crab, and we've seen tons. For your information, tons of iguanas. I mean, they're just.
Oh really?
Absolutely everywhere. We've got about 5 or 6 or 8 that hang around the docks right at the back of our condo place here. So there's no shortage of invasive species. I mean, obviously the iguana is an invasive species, and it's right there at the back of our hotel. And they're huge. Some of these things are 6 feet long, aren't they?
Man, they're huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that one male was like.
Oh yeah. And I got all he wants to do is catch one and eat it. So.
Well, you can do that, can't you?
Grapes and pineapples.
You can do that, can't you? Can't you do that?
Absolutely.
That's legal, right?
It's perfectly legal. Perfectly legal.
Well, the week is young.
It's the week. The week is very literally has just gotten started. Yeah.
Yes.
So we got some time. So if we catch the old infamous iguana, we'll be sure to share that post.
Well, let's talk about some lobster, guys.
Okay, let's talk about some lobster. So obviously, we got real rough seas. So the first day, did we dive that first day?
No,
we didn't dive the first day.
First day we just snorkeled around.
Yeah. We just snorkeled around. And the second day we kind of got our dive gear, and we went out. We dove. We went with Russ and Wendy. We dove about 20 to 25 foot of water.
Yep.
Right outside of a sanctuary. There again, Nick comes up with lobster right away, and these lobsters are literally just real dinky lobsters. So I think the storm has them kind of pushed out. Now, if we can get the storm to pass over, these lobsters will start moving back in, we'll be in great shape, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. So, as we were bringing the boat into our dock, we started noticing that on the depth finder that it went from 5 feet to about 25 to 30 feet.
Right next to the dock.
Right next to the dock.
Yeah.
And as we got to the dock, it went back to about 2 feet.
Yep.
So immediately, again, we look at each other like, wait a minute.
Let's put on the tanks.
Yeah.
Let's put the tanks on and go right along this wall.
Really?
So again, it's almost dark. We threw our tanks on, and we caught probably 50 lobster, only of which 5, 6, or 7, or 8 were long enough. We were only able to get 3 of that day because these lobsters go in your net and they swim out just about as fast.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have learned that I've given Nikki a nickname.
Uh-oh. Can we say it on the air?
I call him Old Tickle Tom. I'm telling you, man, if you got a terrorist that needs some information, Nikki will tickle that booger out of him. I'm telling you.
Well, the week is young. So
the week is young. I mean, if there's one thing Nikki's good at, and that's tickling that lobster out of a hole. I mean, I go in like a monkey trying to steal an egg, and Nikki's like just very suave, tickle. He just coaxed this thing right into the net. So it's been a while for me, but Nick seemed to.
That's
it's
great.
been a while for Nick, but he seemed to pick it back up like a riding a bicycle. You know. He can tickle that thing out. And now he did get impatient on one of our biggest lobsters.
Biggest lobster.
He's like, it was one of the first we saw down there.
Yeah.
This lobster was huge. So he's like, tickle. He's got a stick in his net, and he's like, tickle. tickle, and this lobster just wasn't giving. It would come out and ease back in. So Nick was like, ah, he reached in, and all of a sudden everything got murky. We couldn't see each other.
No.
We couldn't see the lobster.
Needless to say,
we didn't get that lobster.
We didn't get that.
So if you're coming down here, patience is definitely the virtue.
Yeah.
So the second day, third day, the wind picked up. Started out early in the morning, raining like crazy. Yep. We managed to get out like the last hour of the day yesterday.
Yes.
And we got 3 good lobsters, some of which we could be pretty proud of. We saw, again, a ton of lobsters, but there again, our visibility was literally 6 to 8 inches.
Yes.
And the only way I could see Nicky while we were diving around that 25 to 30 foot range is I could see the silhouette of his body.
Really?
And if it wasn't for the little bit of sun that we had, I wouldn't even be able to see that, and it would have been time to bail out of the hole. So as I'm floating down the wall, I've got like my face like right up against the wall. So here I am, I'm like this, and I'm looking at every crack and crevice, and then I get this head of this nurse shark that's probably 15 steps wide. We're like right there. And I go, and I look at Nicky and I go, shark, this is a signal for shark, and I point up and I go back up and Nick said, what's wrong? I said, dude, there's a nurse shark in the hole. Now, nurse sharks aren't aggressive.
None whatsoever.
By any means. But when you have a net full of lobsters, and those lobsters are struggling, they come and attack that net.
Yes.
And if your hand is in the way, or they just have very gnarly, aggressive teeth, and it's like they get wound up in that net, and fighting them out of that net is almost impossible because you can't let go of the net because they cannot get out of that net themselves. So if they bite into that lobster in the net, they are certainly doomed. I mean, that's it. That shark will die, and he's going to die a slow, horrible, miserable death. So, excuse me. So you gotta think wisely. You gotta get out of that shark's way. And everybody's laughing at me. Well, it's just a nurse shark. It wasn't me I was afraid of. It was that shark getting in that net and him getting that net out of my hand because, we just caught that 7-8 foot shark a bit ago, and their fight is relentless.
Yes.
I mean, I've got, like I said, I got video that I've got posted up, and these things have that fight and the wiggle, and they're just, my gosh, the power is.
Yeah, it's like a tank. It's just an unforgiving tank that just keeps going. It's like, where does all this energy come from?
Exactly. We're like, we fought you for 30 minutes. Where's this energy coming from? So it was just absolutely wore us out. And today, visibility was absolutely zero. I mean, there was you couldn't see literally the rocks that were 4 inches underwater at the seawall.
Are you forecast to continue? What's the forecast for the rest of the week?
Well, tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, or wait a minute, tomorrow is Thursday. No, tomorrow is Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's supposed to be a little better.
Yep.
Hey, Rodney, I know it doesn't feel like it, but every Tuesday night we do a show around here.
It's absolutely crazy. Because I'll tell you, when me and Nick go to bed, it's like lights out.
Oh, I believe it. I spoke to you earlier, and you look pretty exhausted, like you'd had a good day already.
We've got the dive. We're like little kids and waiting out keys to open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're outside waiting to see the mouth, so we just wanted to open and do its thing. #ROR. I can see it now.
Yeah.
You got a question there?
Oh, just Todd. Todd's wanting to know why I'm not down there with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Somebody had to press.
Somebody had
to press.
Really rough for bad shoulders.
Yeah, I had to press play on the recorder.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean that was today. So today we kind of enjoyed the Islamorada, feeding the tarpon. We'll put up a tarpon video.
Yeah, I saw
Russ
that.
Filmed a great shot of me feeding the tarpons in slow motion.
Oh, really?
Great shot.
Oh,
so
good.
We got that. We went down there, had me and Nick had been looking for the ultimate Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I think this was called the White Trash Bloody Mary.
Well, is that the ones you posted on Facebook today? Because it looked like a meal in a jar.
Right. It
It's
was
like a
called
meal
Trash
on a.
Can Bloody Mary.
Oh my
yes,
goodness!
It was a meal on a cup.
Wow.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then what we did was Nick. Once we had that, we kind of made up a drink called the Rum Dum. So.
Yeah.
They just put a bunch of stuff in, and it was absolutely a phenomenal drink at Robbie's. It's a place called Robbie's right here in Isla Mirada.
Yeah.
So we went up to Bass Pro, bought some dive lights, some night, so we could maybe look inside of those holes and see the sharks before they see us.
Sure.
And that kind of thing. So we've had a very eventful day, even though the rain was absolutely horrible. We've made the most of it. How does that sound?
Hey, can we look at some of these other photos from your photo album?
Absolutely.
I'm looking here at it looks like 3 lobsters on ice.
Yeah, that was the first day we actually caught lobster right before dark. We had a few get away. You got to get your sea legs back in the groove. So we caught 3 lobsters, and that night I actually did a Facebook Live on us cooking lobster Alfredo.
I saw it.
I'll tell you what, phenomenal taste, absolutely amazing. We did lobster Alfredo with those 3 lobsters.
Came out very nice.
I'll tell you what, we fed how many people with those? 6, 7 people?
At least 7 people.
So we fed 7 people with those 3 lobsters with an Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, was it as good as it looked?
It was delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. We're looking at the plate right now.
It was, oh my gosh, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I actually, and I'll give it, I messed up the first batch of Alfredo before I put the lobster in. I didn't get the Alfredo quite the way I wanted it to taste. So I actually scratched that first batch and started from scratch again, and the second batch turned out absolutely amazing. I was very pleased with it.
Well, I'm looking forward to actually tomorrow, if the weather does lay down, I think we're going to have a whole lot more lobster activity. It's going to be it's going to be coming in, getting into the rock crevices and stuff like that. And me and Rodney are pretty much the only ones actually looking on this shelf. And we got probably 150 yards of shelf to actually look over.
Yeah.
Would you say about that from here to the bridge?
Yeah, maybe even a quarter mile.
Yeah. To look and see if we can completely get our limits.
What's happening is there's not a lot, there's just not a lot of people out here. So these storms are just bringing in more lobster and bigger lobster.
Right.
I think before we hopped in, was it yesterday? 3 people had their limits before we even got in the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and this was right here at the hotel.
Remind us what the limit. What are the limits?
There's 6 lobster per person.
Okay.
And you have to remember the 3-inch carapace. That's from the between the eyes to the back of the shell, and that's what's important. There's a lot of small lobster out there. Don't be tempted. Like I said, we caught 50 lobsters. Catching lobster is not the problem. Catching a legal lobster, now that's where the problem lies.
They're very strict on this, right?
They do. We had a game warden sitting, the FWC sitting right out of our hotel.
Right.
Well, on the way to go eat, there was a FWC almost every island.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Sitting there by the bridges.
Yep. One of the main locations to dive when you're here is the bridges. So there was literally an FWC officer on each side of a bridge, going all the way up to Isla Mirada.
Right.
So, this is where they put their focus. This is a big deal for those guys, So, don't be that guy. But I will tell you this: if you plan on coming to the Keys, right when this weather clears up, is going to be your time. There's nobody out right now, so these lobsters are just moving in. Yep. And if we get a nice day, we're going to rack up. I'm telling you now, we're going to clean house. It's just going to be one of those things where we absolutely clean house. I see a smile on your face. What do you got there?
No, Todd's want to know, do Florida lobsters have claws?
No, they do not have claws. If you look on the pictures that I posted, you'll see that they're all the spines on them. And when we catch them tomorrow, we catch a couple tomorrow, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take a video and go over real close of
Oh, that'd be great, Rodney.
On the spines
yeah, that'd
of
be
this
great.
lobster.
Yeah.
The spines are absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, their antennas and everything else. And that's some of their safety, or their, how would you say it? Their protective.
Yeah, their armory.
Their armory. And those antennas, those little fibers that are sticking off, are extremely hard and sharp. Very, very sharp.
You do not want to grab one of these things without a glove.
Really?
Absolutely assure you. It would not be fun for either. And this is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
These things are fast. These things are absolutely lightning fast. When they swim off, all we see is a little dust trail. It looks like Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner. I mean, it's just like,
yeah.
And we don't know where they go.
Interesting.
It's just quick.
Well,
So,
Ramona just sent in this photograph of you and Nick holding the lobsters in your scuba.
Oh, okay. So that was yesterday, right before dark. That was the best. Some of the best lobsters that we've gotten. Those had 3.5. One of them had a 3.5-inch carapace, and one was the 3-inch. So I mean, the one was about a pound and a half lobster.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just under a pound. So we've got 3 that day, and then I mean we're on it. We just got to get some clear weather to get out there and have some fun.
Let me throw this out there too, Rodney. We get a lot of questions on sizing and bag limits, and FWC has put out a really nice reference chart. That's a nice PDF. There's a link to that on the Rodney Rogers Outdoors homepage. So if you folks go right to the web page, download the PDF, keep it on your smartphone, put it on your wall, put it on your fridge, copy in the glove box. It's a great reference. I'm including lobsters and crabs and everything else, but it shows the seasons, the bag limits, the size limits, how to measure them. A nice, easy, quick reference chart, but I want to make it real convenient for everybody to get to, so it's right on the homepage of Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Thank you, brother. Here, looking at on the land crab, you're actually allowed 20 per person per day.
Wow.
Yeah, the season is closed from July 1st to October 31st.
Okay, so not now.
I think the key is to see if those things are delicious, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, really? Okay.
So if you're allowed 20, I mean, that's what I'm talking. I mean, I'm all about eating crab. By any stretch of the means. It's called a blue land crab is what it's called.
Okay. What's on the schedule for tomorrow?
So tomorrow it looks like the weather's going to clear up. So we're going to try to, if the sun comes up right away, we're going to try to lobster this thing right off the bat. If the water's clear. If it's not as clear as we hope, then we're going to try to do some offshore fishing. She sells shore down by the show.
Yes, she does.
We are going to try to do some offshore fishing and see how we do. We'd sure like to get some mahi. Because the first 2 days we actually ate off the Keys. That's Saturday and Sunday. So here it is, Monday and Tuesday. We have not eaten off the Keys. Nick made a delicious pork loin tonight, and so I'm okay with not eating off the Keys tonight. We had a big pork loin, so it was absolutely fantabulous.
Nice job, Nick.
So by the time I get back, I'll probably weigh 10 pounds more than I did when I came to the Keys. Yeah. I need to wear my wetsuit home to hold everything together. So when I unzip it when I get home, like surprise.
But I thought they says what happens in the Keys stays in the Keys. That's everything but the weight that comes home with you. Okay.
That kind of hitchhikes back home.
That kind of goes home with you. Like the old haunted house at Walt Disney World. And the ghost will follow you home.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I got the fat ghost following me home. Looks like your lights are flashing. Man, your lights are flashing a lot tonight,
right?
Man.
Well, you can't see this, but here's a sad picture for you. I'm putting up on the screen right now.
Okay.
So the shot of the studio and an empty chair. So,
oh man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm sad, man.
Just me and the tumbleweeds around here.
But I think coming live from the Keys, because next week we'll be doing live from, we'll be doing live video from Arkansas.
Oh my gosh, it's coming quick.
Oh yeah, it's sneaking
smokes.
up on us. You and I leave Friday night.
Yeah.
And we'll be staying up there in Arkansas. So it's just absolutely. It's been a field couple weeks.
Yeah. Can you not drag the weather up with you when you go?
I promise.
Leave it down there.
I mean, it's not just one tropical storm. It's like one after another.
Yeah.
Well, we got the bands. The bands are constantly slapping us. But once again, I mean, if like you were saying, if we get good clear weather and everything else, we're in. I mean, I think
it's going to be.
I think we're going to have some really good weather. I think we're going to be stacked as far as the lobsters go.
How many total have you snagged? How many total have you landed so far?
Six.
Okay.
We've gotten 6 so far.
Okay.
And we've had to, like I said, we caught it.
Yeah.
Right.
We probably lost.
Oh, yeah.
As far as keeper lobsters, we probably lost 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just because of either visibility,
the structure, how the structure's set up. If you can't get them, around your net, I've had them shoot by my face like a
rocket.
Those mortars that shot out of the tube. I've had them go by my face so far that, I mean, it's just these things are like lightning fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
And our reflexes underwater is like slow motion, like we get, it's like, bleh. So it's just a little bit different for us. But, it's not uncommon for us to make the most of where we're at.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what. I mean, really look at it. Look at it.
Well, that's the story of you guys' life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody said, hey, you're going to the Keys, you're going to the storm. But, man, I'm telling you what. We've been here, and we've had a blast every day since we've been here.
Yeah, we've not sat still. I think we got a little bit of cabin fever. Like, we woke up at 6:30.
Yeah.
We had cabin fever by 6:38.
Yeah.
And we were already planning our getaway. We said, look, we're going to Isla Mirada. We're going to go do some stuff up there.
Sure.
And go that route.
Yep.
So there's always something to do here. So.
Well, shout out from Hollow Point says, missing my fishing partner.
Oh, right on, man.
So.
Amen. So we'll get up there. We'll do some. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, Mike, and obviously the Keys is just a small portion of it. But we got the squirrel thing coming up. We've got, all the hunting seasons come. We got gator season. Right after the squirrel hunt, we're taking Steve on a gator hunt. As soon as I get back, I'm buying the new boat so we can, gator boat, so we can get it set up for gator season. So our next few coming weeks is certainly going to be exciting. I don't think there's going to be a dull moment. And don't forget, starting the Monday after Labor Day, Mike, and then I don't even think I've told you, so this will be a surprise for you as well. Are you ready? I see. We're going to be at Monsters in the Morning, 8 o'clock every Monday. We're going to be doing a spot for Russ every Monday. So that'll start the Monday after Labor Day, and we'll be starting that at 8 o'clock. So that's going to be a bit of exciting. We're going to be talking about things that we talk about.
For those who don't know, because everybody's not from Orlando, that's when Talk Radio 104.1 FM, Monsters in the Morning, broadcasts on iHeartRadio worldwide, so you can listen to it anywhere. So even if you're not local, you got opportunity to hear that. But every Monday morning, Rodney's going to have a spot talking outdoors.
So download the iHeartRadio app right now.
You can set your favorite radio station on that. So as soon as you launch the app, boom, you'll get 104.1 playing. Just launch the app and it's good.
As soon as you touch that app, it doesn't matter where you're at. Poof, you'll start on 104.1.
Yep.
Because in my house I don't have a radio, so I launched the app at about 4:45, and I listen to the Tom and Dan, and then it goes right into the Monsters in the Morning, and I don't miss a beat. And then while I'm at work, I have it, probably not supposed to, but top secret. I hope my secret's safe with everybody out there.
Yep.
I drop it in my ear while I'm doing my computer work. So check us out. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, we're down here with Russ all week, and man, we have absolutely just had
a blast.
I think our laughing muscles, you can tell my voice is hoarse.
Well, I'm hoping it's just from the laughing muscles and you're not bringing home some nonsense sickness.
No.
That can stay in the keys too.
I will attest. It's totally laughing.
Thank you. Okay, good. You have a voucher
we sat
there.
around this table every single night and just absolutely laughed our gills off. I mean, it's just been a great, great time. So, kudos to the Monsters of Morning.
Yes.
And Russ, hooked us up with the information to get this room.
That's great news.
I mean, it's just been a absolute phenomenal. Come on in. So, and
Room service.
speaking of the devil, he's actually walking in right now.
Land shark.
Come on in. Nope, you're doing just fine. Hey, here, pop a seat right here, Russ.
Right here. Where we at?
Right here. This is us.
Oh, Jesus.
Russ Rollins.
Hey, guess who caught a shark?
Nick, did you see the video?
I put it on. I put it on my Facebook.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Oh, cool.
Russ had talked Nick, was hashing Nick today about catching a shark. Come on in, Russ.
That's great.
Got a spot for you right here.
How you doing, Russ?
Oh.
So Mike is live in the studio.
Yeah, that's not the first time that camera went down tonight.
Almost via satellite. And
we're in the Keys.
we just talked about how much fun we've had. I mean,
Yeah.
the rain hasn't slowed us down at all, has it?
No.
I mean, look at Russell's pretty, the Kiss shirt. I mean, you can't.
I wore this out. It's a fancy night out, so I had to dress fancy.
Kissing in the Keys. Kissing the Keys.
Anytime you have a fancy Kiss shirt, Mike, you can't go wrong there.
That transcends all borders.
Exactly. So I'm just telling everybody that come Monday after Labor Day, download iHeartRadio because we're going to be hanging out with Russ on Monday mornings at 8 o'clock. Sure. That is exciting news for all the viewers that are Arkansas and our Kansas and all of those.
Arkansas.
Guys. We got guys in Arkansas, Kansas.
Good.
Because don't forget, we'll be in Arkansas next week at the world's largest squirrel cook-off. I mean,
you want to eat a squirrel?
Dude, we will tear a squirrel. Tree chicken, limb chicken.
I never ate a squirrel before.
Really?
I'll eat them.
Yeah.
F out of squirrel, but I've never done it.
So there you have it. And you know what's funny, Russ, is every time someone sends us a question via RROR Twitter, like all the lights in the studio flash.
Oh.
So if you're watching this live, you get to see it's like all night these lights have been flashing. I thought Mike had a disco in there.
Yeah, what we didn't realize is it's even the front porch light, so the neighbors probably think it's a little bizarre every time the front porch light starts flashing.
He has the hue lighting, so all the lights in his house is connected.
Oh,
so even the front porch lights flash in different colors. So
can I ask what did y'all do with the shark?
We let it go.
Oh!
Yeah.
You can't eat a nurse shark.
Can you eat a nurse shark? No one ever does. Yeah.
No one ever does.
Yeah. This thing was huge.
It was a big shark. We were at dinner, and I'm showing everybody, oh, my God, Nick actually caught a shark. I can't believe that crazy picture. It was funny.
It's been the talk of the town all day, and we stood out there until we absolutely was determined to catch a shark. So,
well, you've got the neighbors involved. Even George called in. So
yeah, we had a call in from right here in the hotel somewhere.
Really?
Somebody's watching our show. The guy calls in and says, "I'm in the same building."
Oh, that's funny.
So, George, thank you for calling in, man, and hanging out with us. Mike, as always.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, it's been a great time in the Keys. We get to enjoy the rest of the hurricane.
Did you show him the Jewfish you caught?
Yes, we showed Mike the Jewfish. Yeah, because in the studio he can pull up the fish.
Oh,
so everybody sees a little different than we do.
Oh,
yeah.
So they've got the whole
good looking fish.
Shark.
Good looking fish.
Yeah, that was Nick. Nick caught the 70-pound Goliath.
Goliath grouper.
Wow.
It's the politically correct way to say
it. Used to be called a Jewfish.
It was a Jewfish in one day.
Yeah, back in the 70s and 80s.
And if I was Jewish, I'd be mad that they changed the name.
Yeah, right?
Because they got their own fish. I'd want to keep my own fish.
Right?
I think it was wrong. I said go back to Jewfish. Right.
It's like having a Republican fish. What would that be? The parrotfish?
Why change it? Yeah.
Why change it? So,
right.
I mean, that's kind of where we're at. So tomorrow our agenda, if we can get out there and get offshore fishing, we're going to do that.
Yep.
If the water clarity picks up and the sun shines, we'll be in the water first thing. We're dying to use up these 6,000 pounds of air we got sitting on the dock here. So
Well, I have total confidence in you, Rodney.
We're going to be in the water doing something tomorrow.
Yeah, total confidence we'll use every last bit of air in those tanks.
Oh, yeah. And refilled.
Refilled. That's just by noontime.
So we bought flashlights to dive at night. So we're not going to do that tonight because we've had a few rum dums. But
just two.
Just two rum dums.
Two little rum dums.
We've got to name the drink at Robbie's bar. They made this drink, and it's like they were like, we don't know what to call it, so we all
call it a rum dum.
We called it a rum.
The more rum, the dumber you get.
Rum dong. So how far are you? Are you far from Robbie's right now?
What's that now?
How far are you from Robbie's now?
We're about 30 minutes from Robbie.
Because you're a marathon there up in Alamrada.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And it's windy out there right now. I mean, crazy windy.
Oh, my gosh.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
It's cool having, I like having this kind of weather.
Oh, man. It is nice, actually.
It is, yeah.
I mean, if I went out there on that hammock right now, I'd probably sleep like a baby. I mean,
you do loops.
So we're at Hawk Nest. So if you're in the Keys and you're listening to the show, pop in and say hi. We'll have a rum dum with you for sure. But if you're not in the Keys, hey, man, I feel sorry for you. The storm's coming your way. We're catching the tail end.
Yeah.
It's stormy tomorrow, too?
It's supposed to lay way down tomorrow. Yep. So we got a little bit of wind. Offshore, the offshore report for tomorrow, it's 5 to 6 waves.
Right.
That could change, and we're going to check it again in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping for actually less waves. But the key is that we get some clarity a little bit closer so we can get out there and try to chase some lobsters. So it's been a blast. It's been an absolute blast.
More power to you, Rodney.
Well, thank you, man.
Hey, get a close-up of those lobsters.
What's that now?
Get a close-up of the lobsters.
The lobsters. Close-up of the lobsters.
Oh, yeah. I'll
if you get one.
Close-up shot. I'll do a real slow video around the spiny lobster.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Spiny lobster.
Show us the lack of claws.
Exactly. I'll show you the lack of the claws.
Okay.
Where's the best place to get snapper around here? I want to find some snapper. I'll be honest with you.
We're going to get some snapper.
Russ
is... get some snapper, Rodney. Let's get into some serious talk here.
So we're gonna get some. We're gonna get Russ some snapper.
Russ is jonesing for some snapper.
Not the endangered snapper either.
Of course not. Of course not.
Mike, thank you so much for pulling this off, man. I didn't think we'd do it.
Nah, we had to do something, Episode 131.
End of our time once again.
Well, Rodney, it's all you, man. You can take us out. Well, not all of us, but.
Well, you guys have a good one. Don't forget, next week we'll be live in Arkansas at the world's largest squirrel contest. And as my mama said 18 million times, you kids get outside and stay.
Don't pass up the